Yo, it's your boy Marlon making chicken pozole soup today. It's a soup that's Mexican based with chicken and corn hominy. I'm gonna tweak mine a little bit, add a little Caribbean vibe to it with some Trinidad green seasoning to give a little more flavor to it. Let's get to cooking. We're gonna start with the chili paste. I was actually lucky to get mine already rehydrated. You may not be able to, so you may have to buy dry chilies and rehydrate it themselves. But I use a combination of ancho and guajillo chilies to make my paste. Then I add some yellow onions, some tomatillo, garlic, and some spices like salt, pepper, cumin, oregano, and paprika. Make the paste, and then I'm good to go. Set it aside. I'm gonna heat my leftover smoked chicken, release some of the fat, release some of the flavor into the oil that I'm gonna use to saute my aromatics like my onions, more garlic, bay leaves, that green seasoning, and a little bit more spices before adding the chili paste back to it. And so I'm gonna let that cook for just a few minutes before adding my water. Adding about 4 cups of water, and then I'm gonna bring that to a simmer along with the smoked chicken and simmer for about an hour to allow the flavors to come together. So that smokiness from the leftover smoked chicken and all the flavor in the chili paste and the broth that I made earlier. I'm gonna pull about a half a cup of the broth along with a quarter cup of the pozole and blend that to use as my thickener. Then I'll add that back into the simmering soup and mix it in really well. And you will see that the soup starts to thicken up quite a bit as you cook it and let it simmer a little more. And then I'm gonna add the rest of the remaining pozole into the pot and let that simmer for another 10 minutes or so. As you can see, the chicken is quite tender, and there's just a lot of flavor there. I can smell it coming off the pot. And you can serve it up. I like to serve mine with a few different toppings, including shredded cabbage, pickled red onions, radishes, avocado, pickled cactus, pickled red onions again. And then I add some type of acidity to it to kind of break it up and add some freshness and lighten it up. And that's it. You can see that chicken is like really, really thick. I'm hoping you get a good look there and you can see how tender it is. Just a lot of flavor with the chicken and the toppings and the broth. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, but most importantly, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Peace.